Alright guys, let me know you can see the screen and you can hear me and we can get started. Okay, Paul Ash is here. You can see the screen and hear me, that's good. Okay, sometimes it doesn't show the screen but you can hear me, so I just want to double check. Alright, and tonight I've got Abbas here with me as well. Abbas will be doing some demo with the actual plugin because he's far more prolific and familiar with it than I am, obviously. But I'm going to go through some strategy stuff that I recommend using for money sites with video sites, okay? Now, everything you see me do in all of the webinars over the past 2 years has been always about getting good content onto money sites so that we can build lists, so that we can build retargeting audiences, and we want to know how to rank the money sites as well. Okay, so there's a couple of things happened in the last week or so that's got me pretty excited. One being video sites, because we can do this internal linking with what I term silent posts, because you don't see them in that navigation using the video sites plugin. And I'm going to share some strategies for that. The other one being SendLab, which was released today as well, which is like a cheaper version of OnlyWire. Now, whether you buy it from my link or not, I don't really care. I do recommend it because we can do a lot of stuff with that in combination with video sites, okay? Now, if you combine these two things with two RSS plugins that I've got coming out, we can take this to a completely different level for money site backlinking and money site internal linking as well. And with that combination and with the speed and ease that you can do it with every single money site post that you do, there's a very good chance that you can be ranking for reasonable keywords without having to do a huge amount of backlinking, okay? So this makes it really super simple for us to be able to get that head start on our competition, whether it's in a very competitive niche or whether it's in a sort of Amazon niche or sort of smaller niches or for AdSense sites or whatever. We can get that head start, and with that head start then we just need to be looking for high quality backlinks to be able to boost the traffic as well as the SEO side of things as well, okay? Now, what will happen with good money site content is you will have a reduced bounce rate on your site, which will in turn increase your rankings, okay? So everything is centered around, everything about money site is centered around high quality content, okay? So I do want to cover some things about that today. What is money site content? What does it look like? Have a look at a couple of other sites to give you some ideas, okay? And then what we can do is we can jump into some demos of doing strategy stuff that I've got inside this document here. So Abbas, you want to say hello to the guys?
Hello, yeah. Hello, everyone. This is Abs and Anthony. Thanks a lot for having me on today, and I'm really hoping to share some strategies that I haven't shown in any of the best practices, and we've got some pretty cool stuff to share with you today on how you can get the best out of WP video sites. So yeah, it's great to have you all here with us today.
Super, right. There's not that many people actually came in. This always happens with bonus webinars. We don't seem to have a big attendance list for the bonus. People are probably waiting for the replay. But anyway, for you guys that are here, you're going to get very good training. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to share this Google document with you, okay, that I've done. And you will see in here that I've got a couple of mind maps in here as well, so you can see visually what we are teaching, okay? Now, when you see these mind maps, I will explain them and so that you can understand exactly what they are, and it should make perfect sense to you by that point, okay? So let's just jump into this, okay? So money site content. What is money site content? Let me show you what I think is money site content. And the reason I'm going through this right now is because too often with the SEO guys, let me just say shout me cloud. It should be shout me loud. There's a good name for a website, shout me cloud. When I see SEO guys doing website stuff, especially video SEO guys, hold on a second, I've got something weird happening here. It's doing a .me for some reason. Yeah, here we go, blog. This is a website called Shout Me Loud. This is what I call a money site, and this guy's prolific, okay? Now, when I see SEO guys, especially from our groups, from Facebook groups, the video SEO groups, etc., when I see them doing content, a lot of it's to do with video, which is fine. But if you are on, if you're posting on a money site, a WordPress site, where you have got multiple calls to actions, where you can keep people retained on your website, then you are going to increase rankings just from that retention. Okay, you will increase rankings just from that retention. Now look at this guy. It's got 874,000 people following him on social media. Okay, he hasn't manipulated anything. He hasn't done anything black hat. He's just done really, really good content. Okay, and if you have a look at his content, you can see that he writes it nicely. He's laid it out nicely. It's good quality. He's got the breakups as far as sort of pattern interrupt stuff in here. He's got some nice layouts, and he has put a lot of effort into that blog post. Now this guy does about 2 or 3 blog posts a day sometimes. Okay, and if you look at his content in here, it is all very unique content. It's all very interesting content. He likes to use lists, posts, and things like that. And every single one of these is a high quality article. This is what money site content is, and the result of doing that kind of money site content is this kind of following. Okay, this guy's probably earning, in my opinion, my guess, I would say he's well into 5 figures. I would say anything between $30,000 to $50,000 per month. Okay, just from doing that content. Now he's probably got this done really well in a system where he's got people writing for him, he's got a team behind it, and people are doing guest posts as well. But you don't need to do this for, you know, like a full-time blogger, like a pro blogger like this guy is. But we do want to look at these guys, at how they're doing the content, and seeing that they are creating content that is worth ranking. Okay, and if we can do that, then all the other stuff that we do makes a lot of sense. If we do not do that, then all the other stuff that we do is not really making sense, because we ain't doing nothing for conversions. Okay, we've got to do stuff for conversions. So I just wanted to cover that quickly. Other places you can look to see really good money site content is backlinko.com, matthewwoodward.co.uk, I think it is, .co.uk, Matthew Woodward's site. All of those kind of sites, they're doing really, really high quality money site content. You know, it doesn't matter if you're doing this for local client, or you're doing it for Amazon, or you're doing it for anything. You still need good quality content to reduce the bounce rate, to get people to stay on the site, and then you're increasing your rankings as well, so that everything else is built around that money site content, that high quality content, so that we can get the conversions and we can get that boost that we're trying to get by using anything that's slightly grey hat or black hat, whatever way you want to term it. Okay, otherwise we could be just like spinning our wheels for no reason, because any results that we might get are going to be short term if we've got people just coming straight out of the site as soon as they land on it. Okay, so we've got to think of that first, and once we have done that, then everything else can make sense. Okay, Abbas, you've got a blog as well. I've noticed you've got some really good quality content on your blog as well.
Yeah, I've got a blog, Anthony. I wouldn't say it's super quality. I do put a lot of effort in my video tutorials, so I say the actual engagement comes from that. But yeah, exactly how you said, you know, you want to be laying your posts out with, you know, lists and using your headings and adding images and really structuring it, which is something, to be totally honest with you, I don't do myself. But that is the way that it should be done. So when we are looking at quality content for your site, then, you know what, like you said, matthewwoodward.com, shoutmeloud.com, they are the places that you want to be looking at. You don't really want to be looking at my site, to be honest.
Okay. Now, what I'm going to do probably over the next month or so, I actually want to get a plugin done that does like some formatting for blog post types. So like for reviews, we would have a template that we use every single time, and it's kind of fill in the blanks, add your image here and stuff. Or for a blog post, we have a separate kind of, you know, 2 or 3 templates. I really want to get that done because it's something I've wanted to do for a long time for my own use as well. So that we can do that. And if we can follow that kind of format, then we can increase the conversions. Now, why do I want to do the conversions on WordPress and not on YouTube? First of all, I can do a lot more marketing. I can add a lot more marketing elements. Okay, so we can have the retargeting, we can have the push notifications, we can have the opt-ins, we can have the slide-ins and all that kind of stuff. But inside every single post, we can have call to actions as well. Okay, we got far more flexibility with WordPress or websites in general than what we do with YouTube. And that means that YouTube to me has always been a tier one. It's never been anything but a tier one. I know that some guys like to go and post, hundreds of videos a day into YouTube to get it ranking. But to me, when I look at those kind of videos, I wonder how they're going to get conversions, because there isn't that much call to actions except for like best dentist in London, call this number kind of thing. And that isn't going to convert very well, guys. So what you want to do is have a really good landing page at least, so that you can get people into that site where we can have those multiple marketing elements, and everything else that we do will make perfect sense. You've got to start with that goal first, and then we can do the other stuff. The sort of ninja stuff can come with it. So basically, I just wanted to cover a bit of the money site content first, because that is basically the base where we start from. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to cover some strategies with video sites. Okay, we've got 3 WordPress RS syndication strategies that I'm going to share with you. We've got some social syndication strategies that I use, that I know works very, very well. Okay, and I'll give you some links for that as well. And also we're going to cover how to stack authority and relevance using WordPress link wheels with video. Okay, Abis, I'll let you take that one because you're far more familiar with the tool for that one. Okay, so the first thing that I want to cover is the internal linking with video sites. Okay, so this is what it looks like. You can see in here we got a money site post, and I will show you from my website here that I have created 3 main posts. Okay, this is another trick I'm going to teach you in a second. I've created 3 main posts in here, and what I want is I want to have video sites link to each one of these. Now when I create a video sites campaign for each one of these, it's going to look like this. We're going to create a category for each post, okay, and it's going to be based around whatever that post is about. Okay, so here we got social signal strategies for SEO basically. Okay, so that first category is going to be about social signals, and each category is going to have 5 WordPress 5 video site posts. Okay, these video site posts, we're going to take authority content around that particular topic from YouTube. Okay, when we're using video sites, I actually got Abis just to do this for me a few minutes ago because I kind of woke up late for the webinar. But what we want to do with these is we want to look for the authority people. So if I do something for on-page SEO, for example, and I see Brian Dean backlinko in YouTube results, if I see the top SEO guys in there, I'm going to choose their videos. Okay, what we're doing is we're kind of by association linking our content with their content by association, so that if there's a video from Brian Dean on the video sites, when we put that RSS feed together, then we are mashing up and hijacking on their authority. It goes back to Lisa Allen's RSS authority strategy. Now, when Lisa did that particular strategy, I actually had a tool out before then that I can show you a little bit later as well, that was called that does exactly that, which you can put in any RSS feeds that you want. You can put in any YouTube channels, any YouTube videos that you want. It would create the RSS feeds for you. It would mash them up, and then it would syndicate through to RSS directories. And then Lisa came out with the RSS authority. She explained it a lot better, and she took it a lot further as well. And so that this authority hijacking that she was doing, it was working really, really well from the case studies from that webinar that we did with her. So we know that it works. We know that it works really, really well. So anytime you see an authority with those results that you get with video sites, always pick up on it. Always take that video. So if you're doing SEO and you see Brian Dean or you see Neil Patel, take them immediately. Okay, those are the top SEO guys around. Grab them immediately. Associate with them via the RSS feeds that we will be using a little bit later. Okay, so this is what it looks like. We've got a money site post. We're going to do 5 video posts. All of these video posts are going to be in the same category. Okay, all in the same category, and then we can do some different stuff with the RSS. Now, indexing, I prefer to use 1 hour indexing because from the testing that we have done, we found this is the best one. I don't know if Abbas, you've got a better indexing service. We did some tests. We found from the ones that we had an hour to, the 1 hour indexing was by far the better one. And we can do stuff with YouTube RSS, and I'll show you this in a second. And we can do stuff with WordPress RSS as well. Now I've got a plugin being built right now that's going to do something very, very similar to what the YouTube one does. So what I'll do is I'm going to show you the YouTube one first so that you can see how that works. And I just need to get my link from my coder because he's updated it tonight. And I can open this. Now what I can do is I can go over to YouTube and I can take a video, any video URL at all. I'll just go into my channel so I get one of my videos just for demonstration purposes. Now what I want to do is I want to get this automated so that it works with the video site stuff as well, so that it just kicks off whenever we post some video sites and posts. So what I can do is put the YouTube URL in here. Okay, it's not letting me do that. I need to I put something on this site to stop right click and it's not letting me paste in there either. Let me just see if I can get this. One second, guys. Okay. Wow, okay, I need to go into my settings in here just a second. I've got something to stop right click on the website and it's not letting me paste in here. So you just have to bear with me just 1 second. I need to disable that particular plugin. Just take this out of the way so you don't have to watch me do this. Abbas, about indexing, what's your preferred indexing service if you're using any at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, we don't personally use any indexing services ourselves. With WP video sites, we do have the social syndications already built in there, and we tend to find that they are actually sufficient. In my own video tutorials, I show you how I syndicate to my own Twitter accounts as well. So I already have a little bit of authority in my social account, so they tend to work very cool. At the same time, we also advise to link back from your main blog to your video blog as well. So any authority that you're sending to your main blog, the spiders are going to see the links to your main WordPress blog. And then they're going to go ahead and with all the interlinking and the silo structure, they're going to find, all the videos and everything. But at the same time, what I do as well is, and what I advise is using the main RSS feed, either the video feed, I personally use the video feed, and submitting it to Google Webmasters. And you'll be surprised exactly how fast, Google picks these video posts up. They actually, fall all over them. And yeah, so that's all we've been doing for indexing, but as such we're not using any kind of indexing systems. But yeah, 1 hour indexing, I've heard great things about it myself as well.
Oh, cool. Okay. Let me just see, I'm kind of struggling right now to be able to get into that plugin. Just bear with me a second, guys. I'm trying to get in there. So I've got something that disables right clicking now. I can't remember what plugin it is, but I really need to show you this. So I think maybe Abbas, if you show them the video sites, while I try and figure this out, if that's okay.
Yeah, okay, cool. I did have a few slides that I just wanted to go over, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Just to go over some strategies on how we can use WP video sites to get the best kind of results that we want. And then I'll go over, look at the videos and everything that you want to go through as well. But okay, so with WP video sites, as oh yeah, I need to show my screen, don't I? Okay. Can you see my screen? If you can just give me a yes in the chat box, please, just to let me know that you can see my slide or something coming through. Yep, you can. Okay, fantastic. Okay, so with WP video sites, as you know, it creates a site within a site, and it's there to promote, and it's designed to send fresh factor signals to associate new content with your main content, to promote the content relevancy, to promote absolutely almost everything for it. So it gets you more internal links, it lets you rank for more keywords, gets you more doorway pages out there as well. But we need to be fairly clever in the way that we actually use it. And when I say clever in the way that we use it is in regards to the anchor text diversity. So when it's always good to diversify our anchor text, but what we don't want to do is send multiple signals with using various different kinds of anchor text to Google. So my rule of thumb that I personally use is I try my best to use an exact match keyword. Sometimes I'll use 2 video posts with the exact match keyword, and then I'll use a partial match keyword. I'll give you some examples in a moment, and then from there onwards I'll just use raw URLs linking back to my main WordPress post. This way I'm in full control of what kind of anchor text signals I'm sending Google, and I'm able to create even more internal links without diversifying and really diluting the anchor text by just using the raw URLs to link back to. And I'll give you full examples of this in a moment on Anthony's blog, because I actually just set it up as he mentioned. Okay, one other strategy that I want to mention as well is talking about stacking authority and content relevancy. So sometimes what we can do is, instead of creating so many video posts, all of them linking back to your main WordPress post, what you could do is create a kind of a link wheel. So I've got an example here whereby you've got your main video homepage and you've got a category inside of there, and inside of that category you've added 4 posts, for example. What you've done, instead of linking every single post back to your main WordPress post, you've interlinked them using related anchor text. So for example, this is a post about parrot training tips, and this is what you want to rank for. So instead of creating loads of anchor text saying parrot training tips, how to train a parrot, training a parrot to sing, training a parrot to talk, and all sorts, and really diluting it down, what you're doing instead is bringing over the content and relevancy from post to post. So for example, from this post, this video post will link to this video post saying train a parrot not to bite. This will link over to this post saying train a parrot to talk. This will link over to this saying train a parrot to sing. And then this final one will link over to your main post using your main exact match anchor text, parrot training tips. Okay, and what happens here is you're able to siphon this authority, this relevancy, and really it works in a kind of a silo fashion. We all know why silos work so well as well, and this works in that exact same way as well. And for each video post, don't forget to go out there and get your social links as well. It's only a click of a button, and you're going to be able to leverage the social traffic, the social links, the content relevancy, and all of this anchor text relevancy, all siphoning down to your main WordPress post, which works absolutely beautiful. I haven't got an example of this in action, but if you would like to see me how I'll do it myself, then you know what, if there's time, then I can go through it as well. One other thing that I want to go through as well is whether you should use your own videos or whether you should use your competitor videos. I've actually got this in the best practice guide as well. So I'm going to go over it real quick and then give you some pointers. It actually brings us over to the next slide. So I'm going to cover this first. So the pros of using other people's videos, first of all, is its content is already created. You don't need to create it yourself. People are using optimized titles, they got good topics, they've spent time creating these videos. Just like someone like myself, if I'm posting to YouTube, I'm going to be spending time creating these videos as well. It's easy to access these videos, just to search, just get a URL, get a playlist, whatever you want, and the videos are engaging as well. Now when you're using your own videos, then the pros of using your own videos are pretty cool as well. You get a link back from your video. So for example, your own video, you're uploading it, you're able to get a link back from the description and the comments. You can brand that video to your own company. You can control the topics of the videos as well. And you also get to embed your own video on your video site, so therefore giving a link back to your own video as well. Now the cons of using other people's videos is you're passing authority to other people's videos as opposed to passing authority to your own. And the videos could be promoting other people's products, which you might not like. But the cons of using your own videos obviously is you need to generate the videos, which is time consuming, and it does take time as well. So you know what, the rewards are there on both sides. I personally use other people's videos and I'm able to get rankings for that, and I'm also able to provide content to my users that are from other people's videos that are experts in their fields or in the same field as well, which is totally cool. Because it's on my site, like Anthony said, I can add my own you know, pixels and tracking pixels and whatever in there to really convert them to what one. And as you know, WP Video Sites has all these banner positions and placements for you. But just remember, if you are using other people's videos, then don't be afraid to go over to the actual YouTube video and leave a comment on there and say, you know what, I liked your video so much that I actually embedded it on my video site. And you know what, the guy might like it so much, or the owner might like it so much, you might think it's not spam, and he'll give you a link back from the comments. And comments from YouTube videos are actually do follow. Okay, so this is a kind of a grey hat technique that I want to show you. Can I just confirm that you can still see my slides? Are my slides coming through? It should say Video Fusion, grey hat technique, and it's got like a YouTube logo underneath it. If you can just give me a yes in the chat box that my slides are coming through and you're fully following, and that'd be fantastic. Anthony, am I coming through properly?
Yeah, we can see you. Yeah.
You can. Okay, fantastic. Okay, brilliant. Okay, so this is a kind of a grey hat technique, something that I don't personally use myself, but it's just there to open up your minds in, you know, how this can be used. It's something that I call Video Fusion, and it's a technique where we'll be using other people's content and merging it with our own videos. And WP Video Sites allows you to get content from YouTube using almost any video. You simply let WP Video Sites pull in the content using other people's videos. So you do a search as you normally would, pull in the videos, but then you replace the actual video ID inside of your post with your own video ID. So in theory, what you're doing is you're using other people's optimized content, but you're showing your own videos instead. Now, this could be a really cool way of getting traffic to your own videos. You might be able to rank for so many terms and embedding that same video as well. So this is just a kind of a grey hat technique I just wanted to share with you, just to show you the kind of, you know, flexibility and the kind of other things that you can do with WP Video Sites as well. I mean, there's some people that might want to use this as auto blogs and just rank with other people's content and use the banner positions and placements to build your list, or to, you know, gain bank from doing it that way. But as mentioned, when you're using it for your own money site, when you're using it for your own content, think about your link diversity. Think about using techniques that other people aren't going to be using. Think about stacking the authority and about stacking the relevancy. Don't diversify your anchor text too much. If in doubt, use a raw URL, and you're always going to be in control of what kind of signals you're sending Google. Okay, Anthony, so that was the kind of part that I just wanted to go through. So if there was anything else you wanted me to show on the back end or anything, I can take you through that as well.
Yeah, you know, I've deactivated that plugin that I was using, and it's still giving me, I think it must have retained the settings, it's still giving me that error. So I'm not even sure I'm able to show how that plugin actually works, but I can explain it. So maybe if you can maybe just show them the video sites on my site, that what we actually did there, and let them see how it was done. While I try and figure this out, because this is
okay, yeah, just give me 1 sec, and I'm just going to try and get into your site. Okay, you should be able to see that I'm logged into your site now. Can you see that coming through?
Hold on a second. Yeah, we're in there. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So what I just done for Anthony a moment ago, just before the webinar started, it literally took me a few moments, and I actually messed up when I was doing it, and I went through every post to edit them as well. So anyway, I created a bunch of videos. Every single video has, well, there's 3 categories inside of here, exactly how Anthony mentioned on his little document that he showed you. And each one is linking back to the WordPress post. So what I'll do is I'll actually go over to the blog. And I'll show you the blog first, and then you can see, oops, exactly what I mean. Okay, so this is the blog that we just created. There's 3 categories inside of here. I'll go over to social signals, and you'll only see the social signals videos, and they're all taken from authority sources of inside of YouTube. Well, I tried to do it with the time frame that I had. What I used with this was I used Article Builder to pull in some content for the top as well, and I added in the transcript up to 300 characters, or I believe 300 words, sorry, underneath the paragraph, so it just looks a little bit nicer. I left the link back to the video as well, You can anchor the link back if you wanted, but our beta testers wanted it this way, to have the option. If they wanted to anchor it, they can just go ahead and edit it inside of the video post. And as you can see towards the bottom, on this one, we're actually using the raw URL. So I'll click on here, and it's going to go back over to Anthony's post here. So this is one of Anthony's posts that we're linking back to. Let me show you another one, because it's not all of them. We've only got 2 raw URLs. Oops. Let me just go over to the next video. I'm going to put this on pause. Okay, so if I go down here, we've got a raw URL here as well. So we've got 2 raw URLs, and I believe we've got 3 keywords. That's how I set them up. So let me just put this on pause one more time. Okay, so now we've got a keyword down here. Get even more information about ranking with social signals on our main site. And we can go back over here, and it's going to go over to exactly the same post as well. Now, the cool thing about this, oops, sorry, I don't know if you can hear that, but it actually comes on pretty loud on here. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I set these up. What I done was, if we have a look inside of the posts, I went inside of the actual posts and I linked back using this. I'm going to open it in a new tab so I can quickly show you this. And I imported the post inside of here. I actually knew the keywords, so I didn't go ahead and search Google. But what I did do is, when you want to create a raw URL link, guys, then all you have to do is add that in here as a raw URL, for example, like that. When you do add that inside of here, what you'll see is every post is going to have that raw URL link in there as well, which is really, really cool. And the reason you want to be linking back using your posts as opposed to using the WordPress, the WP video sites dashboard when linking back to a WordPress post is because of the additional RSS feeds that you get. So for example, we now have an RSS feed that only has posts that link back to the WordPress post that they're supposed to be linking back to, and we have a video feed for that as well. Okay, but the blog actually has about 15 posts in there because we have 3 posts and 5 posts for each one. I don't want to sound overly confusing, but when you use posts and link back to your posts from the actual post section here, then you're going to be able to create an additional RSS feed, which you're going to be able to use for even more content-based relevancy and keep that silo structure. And if you want to syndicate, you know, very highly related topics onto your social sites, and you can use these post feeds. And obviously you have your category feeds as well. The category feeds are going to have exactly the same in there, and the reason behind it is because every category was created from here as well. So the category feeds are going to look exactly the same on this occasion. Okay, Anthony, was there anything else you wanted me to go over with in regards to how we set up the blog, or in regards to any techniques that I mentioned and how we can implement them on here? Or
I think probably we can come back over to you. I'll just take over for now, and I'll go through a couple of things. And
brilliant.
We can you see my screen? No, guys. Yeah. Right. I cannot get into be able to show you the full plugin demo. I'm still getting you're not allowed to copy content whenever I right click to paste into this Tube RSS Extreme plugin, but I can explain what it does, and my plugin guy can get this fixed a little bit later. Okay, so you can see here, this is a feed burner RSS feed that I've got in here. This is a page that's been created using the plugin, the RSS Extreme plugin. Now what it's doing is we put in the video URL into the plugin settings, and basically what it's going to do is going to create, I think, about 86 different variations of the YouTube URL. So you've got different URLs for mobile and for different devices, etc. I think there's over about 370 different ones, but we've got 86. It's something I probably will get updated over the next sort of week or two. And what it means is that we can, when we post into FeedBurner, we can have posts that look like this, okay? And you can see this is all different URLs being used from different YouTube URL sort of formatting, if you like, okay? So they've got some there for mobile, you've got some maybe for specific devices, and it's created all of these, all 86 I think it is in here, okay? Now how we get that is we put the YouTube URL into the plugin, it will create those variations, those 86 variations, and then it's going to mash them up into one RSS feed, okay? From that RSS feed we create short URLs for them as well. And then we mash everything up, we put it into FeedBurner, and it looks like this. Now from FeedBurner what we do is, so it's just a wizard that we follow along. It's really like 1 minute job, less than 1 minute job. We take the link from the FeedBurner URL and we put it through some indexing and some pinging. And what we do is we get some RSS pinging happening and we send it to, I think, about 27 RSS directories as well. Okay. Now what we're doing as well is we're building a similar thing for WordPress RSS so that we can take from the video sites those RSS feeds that's created using the video sites plugin, plus everything on your main site as well. So we can get an RSS feed for every single post inside WordPress, plus the category RSS, plus the full site RSS. And we can do exactly the same thing so that we can create a similar kind of page here in FeedBurner, and we can go and syndicate that as well. And that gives us that little bit of extra syndication, which in my opinion will get us faster indexing. Okay, so if you don't want to use any expensive indexing services, which as Abbas just mentioned is, you know, often not needed, then this is a good way to do it. That means we can get these indexed very, very quickly as well. Now, Abbas, you mentioned that you're putting the RSS feed for the video sites into Google Console, into the Webmaster Tools. So you have one for the video sites RSS, video RSS feed from the video sites, plus you got one for your main site as well.
Yeah, exactly. So so when you want to add one to Google Webmasters, then you always want to use your general one, so the feed that you get inside of your settings, because that's going to hold every single video post inside of your video blog. But yeah, I've got two feeds inside of Google Webmasters. I believe I've got my WordPress one, or I don't even know if I got a WordPress one in there, but I know we added the WP video sites one, and it worked absolutely beautiful. I think within a day, you know, we had almost every single post indexed just by adding our feed into Google Webmasters. We used the video feed, and it was the general feed from your main settings section. So yeah, I believe you can add multiple feeds for each, each site.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. What I have on my sort of my older blog, as I call it now, you can get, if you search this guy, Amit Argawal, he's got XML sitemap for images and for mobile and for videos, okay? But if you're using Yoast SEO plugin or all-in-one SEO plugin, use their XML, their basic XML sitemap, which just basically is a sitemap for your blog posts and stuff. Use their version of that for Google Console, and then have a look for this guy here, Amit Argawal. Inside, these are free plugins. You can get free video site plugins, free mobile, free image. So you can put these free in there as well. Now what this will give you, I'm not sure exactly how this works with video sites, because it might well be that video sites RSS plugin is creating a feed that's separate from what you would have on your main site. I'm not sure how that works. You get any idea how that works?
Yeah, it's totally separate. So WP video sites will only hold posts that you create within the video blog. It's not going to have one entry inside of the feed for your main WordPress post. So only the posts that you create inside of WP video sites, okay. The feed will only hold those entries. So
this way you can have two video sitemaps basically submitted into the console. So if you can use this one, which is free, and it works perfectly well, absolutely perfectly well, then you know you can have this one for your main site, your money site, and you can have the one for video sites as well. So you would have then two sitemaps for videos inside your Google Console, which will get everything indexed pretty quickly as well, which is very, very cool. So basically what we're doing, come back to this RSS stuff, is we're creating these FeedBurner type pages here, and FeedBurner of course is owned by Google. That will also help with your indexing. Okay, and then we're syndicating that as well, and we're doing RSS pinging. If you go searching on Google for RSS directories, you will see a lot of pinging services as well as directory services. You will see far more pinging services. It's not that easy to find the directory services, but there is a couple of websites there, but we've already sort of hacked into them from the plugin, so that whenever we just follow that wizard, we get those 27 RSS directory syndications happening in the back end. So we're going to have this for WordPress as well. And what I'll try and do is to be able to pull in automatically from WP video sites and I'll put it as a checkbox option inside here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you this plugin because in the end I gave this webinar training link out to everybody, okay, because I saw the numbers was low compared to how many people had purchased and how many people had registered. So what I did is I just gave that link out to everybody because you need video sites anyway to be able to get the best out of the training we're giving here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you this plugin, the RSS plugin for YouTube, and what you can do with it as well is very, very cool because this can help you drive a lot of traffic to your website, okay? Now I've got rankings for keywords like YouTube RSS feed generator and YouTube RSS feed tool and stuff like that, and it does bring in a ton of traffic. What you can do is you can have this on your money site. If you've got a sort of marketing blogger or an SEO blog, for example, you can have a public page here where people can come and they can use it. What this does for you for your blog is it will increase the amount of time people spend on your site. You're forcing them to spend time on your site with this, okay? Now, when you use this plugin, you will see there's a little break in between the wizard. When you follow along, you put in your YouTube RSS feed, and then it will take you to step 2. After step 2, it takes you to step 3, where it says, take this RSS feed and put it into FeedBurner. Okay, you have to do that manually, and that's deliberate. We could have automated that. Why is it deliberate? It keeps people on the site while they open FeedBurner in a new window, and then they have to go into FeedBurner. They have to fill in a few more details there. And by the time they finish that, we've increased the time on my site, for example. Okay, and that means we're reducing the bounce rate all the time. These kind of things will help a lot, and it's designed specifically for that, okay? And so that we can make sure that they spend a lot of time on the site. We're giving them something of value, and it gets them coming back to the site as well. That's why I create plugins like this that we make public. So when I saw the effects of this, when I saw that we were getting high rankings just for the YouTube RSS feed tool, what I did is I went and made one for Google+, I made one for Twitter RSS feeds. We made one, actually got 2 for YouTube. RSS Extreme is the sort of latest one. And we had one before that would create RSS feeds for playlists, for YouTube favorites, for your channel, and for your videos as well. Again, all designed to do the same thing. Interaction on the site, getting people to stay on the site, and getting people to come back into the site as well. So everything that we're planning here for, or everything that we're doing with these kind of money sites is based around what Google wants, but also user experience as well, where we can give something of value, but structured in a way that we can get the benefits from doing that, okay? So what I'll do is I'm going to put this in tomorrow morning into your sort of buy history area and Warrior Plus. So if you go to access WP video sites, purchase from Warrior Plus, there will be a link there where you can download this plugin. When you get the link to download the plugin, then connect with either myself or Elba, or send a support ticket into support@anthonyhayes.me, and we will give you a license key for this, okay? I'm not giving it out without a license key, but I want to make sure that everybody gets it. So we will go through everybody manually and create a license key for you to put into your money sites. Okay, so if you've got anything, any blog about marketing, you will see a massive increase in your dwell time by using this. It does make quite a major effect. If you've got some traffic coming in there, you will see that they stay there. Just make sure it's prominent, that people know about it, put a banner or something like that. And
Hello,
let people
Anthony.
know.
You seem to have lost you.
Oh, okay. Can you not hear me? Can you not hear me, guys? Okay. I lost the connection. All right, guys, can you hear me yet or not? Oh, damn it.
If Anthony might have been cut off. If you lot can all hear me, can you just give me a yes in the chat box, please? I don't know if I've got control here or if I haven't. So if you can just give me a yes in the chat box, just to let me know that you can
All right, I think I'm
hear
back.
me. Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It just said the audio connection's been disconnected, but I was still on the webinar, so I just changed it over to you. So yeah, guys, what I was saying is I'll give you this plugin. We will get that into the Warrior Plus access area. So if you go to where you access your purchases in Warrior Phone, go over to WP video sites where you can go and access the purchase. There will be a link there. What you do is when you get the link, then send a ticket into support@anthonyhayes.me, and what we will do is we will send you an individual license each, because we have got the plugin license there. So Abbas, I'll let you carry on for a second there, what you were going to do.
I think we actually covered everything, Anthony. The only thing that I wanted to show was if you were, or if anyone wanted to see how we'd basically do this kind of setup, then I can show you how to do that as well. Or if you're totally cool with that, I can really quickly show you how to do it now anyway. Okay. I'm on your site, Anthony. I'm going to use it as a quick demo. Okay. Yep, okay. So what I would do is I'll basically go over to, let's say, for example, okay, we've actually got a video post here, haven't we? So I'll take this URL here. We already know that this is a video post that links back. Let's not use this one. Let's use one with an anchor text on there. Okay, let's use a different one. Oops. Okay. Okay, so this one's got an anchor text. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this URL. Let's just say, for example, this was one video post that we created. So in this example here, that was this video post that's linking back using our exact match anchor text to our WordPress post. So for example, this is the one, it's linking back to our WordPress post. What I would do now is I would go inside of WP video sites. I would go into the dashboard section on this one, or I could go into the post and do it as well if I wanted to. But I'll go over to add video, I'll go over to add posts, I'll import posts, for example. Let's just say we were creating 3. I'll say I'm not going to get any content for now. We'll get it from YouTube. We'll actually get some content from here as well. This post is about ranking with social signals. So I'll just do something like social signals. I'll make sure that I've got this checked because I want to use some subtitles and some transcript. Okay, so I'm going to do a quick search. I'm going to select, we've got 3 posts in here, so I'm just going to select, just say 4. But like Anthony said, it's a good idea to go down here and pick out authority channels, or if you know the channels anyway, and you've got the enterprise version, then you can add the channels or the exact IDs in here as well. So I'm going to click on add, and what the software is going to do is, or the plugin is going to go ahead, get the transcripts, get the videos, and add them inside of here. So when we look at these, we've got all the transcripts and everything inside of here. What I will do now is I'll just go over here, and I would obviously, you'd want to have a contextually rich keyword or a contextually rich anchor text or surrounded by content. But just for this example, I'm going to say, okay, so this one was about, okay, how to rank. Okay, and I'll just basically link back to the video post. Instead of the actual post, I'll link back to the video post. What I've done there now, okay, I don't know what's happened there, but that didn't want to take in. There we go. Okay, so so what's happening now is when I post this video post, this is going to be linking back saying how to rank with social signals to this video post here. And this video post is all about social signals as well. And this is going to be linking back with our exact match keyword, ranking with social signals, to our main WordPress post. And we'll do this for a number of these posts up here. So we'll go in each one. Okay, we'd have to make sure we apply changes every time we make a change. But we'll go into each post and we'll go ahead and add a related anchor text linking back to video posts as opposed to linking back to our main post, and only have the one post linking back to our main WordPress site, which allows us to control the anchor text, which allows us to control the diversity, and it allows us, as noted here, to stack the authority and content relevancy, which is really, really cool. Other than that, there's so many more things you can do as well, as mentioned on this one here, whereby you can use other people's content. So for example, we've just gone ahead and used this guy's content, and we've pulled in all the content here. If we didn't want to show his video, what we can do is we can actually go over to text view. Let's say I've got a video here of my own. I can get the ID from here. I can copy it. Now this is a little bit grey hat, guys. This isn't something I'm recommending or endorsing. I'm just giving you some ideas of how you can work with this. So let's just say, for example, you couldn't find the video that you wanted to bring in, or the software couldn't find it, and you didn't have the enterprise version or whatnot. So anyway, I've just replaced that there, the ID. When I go over to visual mode, you can see it's my video in here now, and the content I've just went ahead and got from other people's videos, and I've got the titles from other people's videos as well. What this could potentially allow you to do is embed the one video with multiple titles that you can possibly rank for. I mean, if you're all WP video site users, if you have a look in our tutorial section, you'll see how my own websites are ranking using other people's content as well. And it can really allow you to have your video found for multiple keywords, multiple pages, and get multiple embeds, obviously coming from the same IP, but you're going to get them views. Now, this is just something I just wanted to cover because I did make notes of it inside of the presentation here. But other than that, you've got all the control with WP video sites. It's like a full site within a site, and it keeps your main content site totally, you know, unique and separate, so you don't have anything to worry about. Yeah, Anthony, I think that's about everything. Okay. Unless you wanted me to cover anything as well.
No, I think I can come back over now. All right, so let's come back over to the document, see what we covered so far. Okay, so we covered the internal linking, how I would recommend it, and how I will be doing it myself anyway, for sure. So we got the YouTube and WordPress RSS feeds happening. Plus I will still use the 1 hour indexing as well. So there's 5 video posts in one category for every money site post. Now I'm going to do this automatic with every single one. I'm just going to make sure it gets done with every single new post I do on my money site with this exact strategy. Okay, so how can we take this further? I'll cover this bonus tips in just a few minutes because it's something about another plugin which I found during the week. So when we use the syndication of RSS feeds, this is what it's going to look like. Okay, so we got our money site content. Okay, we got a video sites category, and we got our YouTube and WordPress RSS feeds linking from the video sites. Okay, now what we want to do next is we want to make sure that we got some traffic, guaranteed traffic coming in. Okay, and I did say that correct, guaranteed traffic coming in, and we can do this via social signals. Now there's specific places that I know that we can get guaranteed traffic, and especially this first one here, viral content B. This is, it used to be called Viral Content Buzz, okay, and you can buy credits on here, and what you will find is there's a lot of influencers in here, and what they do is they will share your content as long as your content is good quality. Okay, so if I click in here to log in, and I just connect with my Twitter account, it does help if you got some decent following on your Twitter account. So if I go over to my Twitter, I think I've got about 14,000 or something like that. Just see, twitter.com. Okay, I need to do it like this. I need to come back over. Let me just check how many it is. The last time I checked it was about 14,000. Damn, don't do this to me right now. Okay. Let's see, 14.6 thousand. This just keeps growing itself. It all happens automatic using a couple of services that I use that just automatically help grow the account from retweeting and interacting on autopilot according to people's bios and according to the keywords and stuff. And we got a tool coming out for that, should be ready pretty soon actually, that does exactly that. It's called Social Infinity, but it's not ready yet. It's probably about 3 or 4 weeks away before that one is ready. And what this is doing is it's just growing automatically. Now when these influencers see that you have got a decent amount of following, they tend to share your content in the hope that you will share theirs as well. Now there is some you know, quite influential people with quite big followings. And what you find with this one is that if I go into my projects in here, I think they've changed the layout there. They used to tell you how many visits you had into your site. Often you will find that you've got over 1,000 visitors into your blog post just from this one activity by posting into viral content B. They've changed the way that it looks in here. It used to tell you everything in here. Let me just see if I can find in the interactions in here. Yeah, they've changed the layout for some reason, which is a pity, because it used to be able to tell me how many visitors I had got from their short URL link, how many people actually clicked on that short URL link. Often it's over 1,000, so you got guaranteed traffic by using this particular service, and you can buy credits and use the credits as you want, or you can set it up on RSS on autopilot, which is what I do. Now, if you want to set it up in RSS and autopilot, you have to pay something like $47 a month, but believe me, it's worth it if you're doing a lot of content on your money site, okay? And that money site content, you can get a lot of traffic coming in. So if you're combining that with the video site strategy, then you've got a sort of double whammy going on there, where you can get the traffic, you're getting real social signals, you're getting influential social signals as well, which is really, really, really important. Next one is justretweet.com. It's pretty much the same. And you can see here the featured members, okay? And you can see some people like this Ilian. She's got a huge social following, okay? These people actually do share your content if it's related to what they like to talk about in their own sort of social media profiles. Most of these are internet marketers. So if you've got an internet marketing blog, it's well worth signing up with these two sites. And you will get a lot of traffic, and you will get influencers sharing your content, which instantly will give you a boost in your own sort of website authority, with your own sort of profile or author authority, when other people with high social signals and high following start to share your content, okay? That's a little trick that really has worked very, very well for me, so that we can get the best out of our money sites, because we put in a lot of effort to make these blog posts really good. Okay, we can use the stuff like video sites to give us that internal linking, which is very, very cool. Okay, to get these social signals, to get a mixture of real people and influencers is massive. It's absolutely huge. Okay, now the other thing that we can do as well is the one that's been released today, SyndLab, which can replace onlywire.com. Now, when I did this yesterday, I actually had onlywire.com in here, but SyndLab is selling at $34 right now. It's doing pretty much the same thing as OnlyWire. And it's only a one-time cost, whereas OnlyWire, you know, I pay something like $50 a year for 1,000 posts a year. This for one-time cost $34, and you get 2,000 posts per month on the front-end version, okay? Next thing we can do is we can get Fiverr gigs, okay? Now, the best Fiverr gigs to get for this is a little bit grey hat, and it's using IFTTT. Now, we are working right now on IFTTT Backlink Commando updates, and what we're going to be doing with the IFTTT Backlink Commando updates is we will be doing things like, I'll show you here, we'll be able to do things like this tiered linking structures, okay? It might take us 2 or 3 weeks before we got it ready. When it is ready, we will have full profiles filled in and stuff, but for now, I recommend this guy here, because for $55, he will do exactly what this little tiered linking system does. So you can use any RSS feed in here, okay? Notice it says any RSS feed here. He's got Tumblr as an example, but you can give him for your video sites, okay? You can give him your video sites RSS feed and put it in here, and that in turn will get linked to from all these different rings here, okay? I'm pretty sure that if you ask him, he can link all these as well, which we will be putting in to the new IFTTT tool. In fact, you will be able to create your own sequences with the new version. So if you wanted, you could create link rules by doing that. But this is quite good for the price, $55 for a money site. It makes perfect sense. That happens. All this will happen automatic. I would definitely use the video sites RSS feed in here, okay? And that way, you're getting all of this happening as a tiered linking system into your video sites posts, okay? And then you linking from video sites into your money site, which is pretty cool. Okay, Abis, do you use IFTTT at all?
Yeah, Anthony, I do use it myself. I think it's absolutely excellent. There was just one thing I wanted to mention. I think there might have been a confusion with the time that you sent out the invitation for the webinar. We've got some people inside of the chat box saying that they've only just logged in and come onto the webinar a couple of moments ago, and it's already started. We've got George and Dave and Peter all making these. Yeah, there's quite a few comments coming in now saying they've only just joined, so I think that we started 1 hour too soon, maybe due to this 1 hour daylight saving time that we have and how it confuses us all.
That's not the first time that's happened to me. I probably screwed up, guys. I apologize if I screwed up. We can cover the stuff again. We can go over the stuff again that we've already covered, but I thought when I woke up, I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning. I thought, damn it, I should have been up at 1 o'clock because it starts at 3 o'clock my time. So if I've got that mixed up, then my apologies, but we will cover again the main points that we covered earlier for you, for the people that are just coming in. Okay, so yeah, the IFTTT, if we use this kind of structure here where we can link into the video sites, then this is really, really cool thing to do. So you can have maybe SyndLab use sort of syndicating into branded social accounts from your real social accounts. So if I was using SyndLab for my money site post, I would be sending direct to my main Twitter account, direct to my main Facebook, direct to my main Google Plus, etc. Okay, and if using the IFTTT stuff, if we use this to link into the video sites, then this is an automatic tiered linking system that will never go away as long as those accounts stay alive. Okay, as long as they're still active, this will just keep running forever, which is pretty cool. And that, you can do this multiple times if you want to. One other thing that I would suggest with the video sites as well, it's something we were talking about in the webinar yesterday morning that we were doing for the WordPress traffic scout, was doing 301 redirects. Okay, if you go over to PBNHQ and you go to the marketplace, you will find really good domains in there that have already been spam checked, or you can use SEPDrive where you can do a run for about $12 and it will bring you back hundreds of domains that have been spam filtered. Okay, the PBNHQ one is slightly better because they are manually checked, whereas the SEPDrive one is very, very good. For the price you will get hundreds of domains and they will be spam filtered, but that one is kind of automated, whereas PBNHQ marketplace, the guy that runs that actually does manually check every single one himself before he puts it in the marketplace. And you can get, for about $20 you would pay them, you can get a really, really, really good URL expired domain that you can purchase, and you can do a 301 redirect and redirect it to your video sites. So my video site in here that Abby's created for me, it's let's see, let's go into video sites. I think it's marketing videos or something like that. So this URL here is where I would do the 301 redirect to this video site's URL. Okay, and this will give you a boost as well. This will work really, really well if you do that, because you get all the authority from that expired domain, all the backlinks from that expired domain. The best way to do this, though, is you put up a website for a couple of weeks at least with the expired domain. You get the HT access redirected completely, so that every old post that was ever created, any sort of / URLs, they will all redirect into the homepage, and then we can go and redirect the whole thing over to the video sites. Okay, now I've done this multiple times before and it works really, really well. It boosts your rankings very, very quickly within a few days, and you retain about 80% or 90% of the link just from that previous domain. So it's really, really powerful way to do it if you've got a sort of spam-free expired domain to do it with. Okay, and that way you can boost the video sites as well and get even more sort of authority building, a lot more power building in the back end. Okay, so your money site is, you've got your money site in the middle with the SyndLab stuff, with the IFTTT stuff linking into the video sites, plus a 301 redirect, and you're building something pretty powerful that is going to be there for a long time. and it doesn't take a lot of time or effort to do it, or even money, to be honest. It's quite cheap to do it if you think about the benefits you're getting long term. Abis, have you done much with 301 redirects in the past?
When we actually work with actual WordPress structures themselves and silo structures, and we tend to read 301 redirect category pages and tags pages, but in the sense of getting them from expired domains, then yeah, we do combine them inside. We have private blog networks which we add content to and get links from them, and we also buy some relevant, expired domains where we'll just simply 301 redirect them. But the only condition that we normally have is that the expired domain is actually relevant and on topic to our main site, and then we'll 301 redirect it. But yeah, we just have a mix and match of everything, really.
Yeah, we've done this many times in the past. I mentioned in this morning's webinar that I used to have an SEO services site in America, and basically when we moved from America back into London, this is a few years back, what I did is I created a new website for London. SEO services. Actually, at that time we were doing SEO training in London. It was working out far better than trying to sell services to local businesses. What we did was seminars, okay, and we would teach them how to get a WordPress site up, how to create a fan page, how to create a YouTube channel, those basic things, and we helped them to do it. And we used to charge them £500 each to attend, and you can get maybe about 10 or 20 people attending. You're making decent money in that one day. You're making anything between 5,000 and 10,000 per day doing that. And what we did is we redirected that American site. We just took the domain, we fixed the htaccess so that it was linking everything to the homepage. Then we went into the Google console and we redirected from Google console, not just from Namecheap. And within a week, we were ranking in the UK, I think, number 4 for the keyword SEO training, which is quite a significant keyword. It's quite a competitive keyword. And that was all from doing that 301 redirect. And it works really well. And it's not changed. It's still working well today. Okay, so if you do the same thing with the video sites, you can boost that even more.
Anthony, just to hold the thought on 301 redirects for a moment, you just reminded me of a technique. We actually used to provide SEO services as well. A lot of the time we used to approach clients and they used to be a bit wary on, are you a legitimate company? Are you going to be doing good SEO or not? So we should actually provide them with results before we used to actually start to charge them.
Yeah.
And a lot of the clients, what they used to do is they used to see the results and they used to say, no, well, you know what, we're not departing without cash now. So as a protection, what we used to do is we used to actually build links to a 301 redirect that used to redirect to the client. If they didn't pay, then we always had the control to switch that 301 redirect to their competitors and, get in contact with their competitors. So yeah, 301 redirects are real cool. Yeah,
they work really well. All right, for anybody who's just come in, let me do a quick recap what we were talking about before. Basically, I was talking about the money site content and that it needs to be good quality. I gave some examples from Shout Me Loud, which is one of my favorite internet marketing blogs because he's always got some really cool content. And if you want to learn anything about internet marketing, about basic stuff, this is one of the first places I come to, often before I even go to YouTube, because he's always got multiple resources in those links that will point to the best content that's teaching about that particular topic. Is actually a very good resource for me. And you can see that he's got very nicely done money site posts. This is what a money site post looks like. Okay, so it's important, if we're using this if we're using video, WP video sites for ranking money site content, that the money site content is worth ranking for. It needs to be good quality content so that we can keep the people on the site, we can increase the engagement, and we can get them coming back as well. Okay, so that's what we covered first. Okay, now that we covered about the different strategies that we can use using the video sites. Now, for anybody who just came in, I've got a blog that I'm just building out. What I've done is I've created 3 posts in here that is basically each one of these have got 5 video site posts linking to them, and each one has its own category for those 5 video site posts. Okay, so you can see in here we've got a money site post. We create one category with 5 video site posts. Okay, those 5 video site posts are linking to this money site post, all from the same category. Okay. Later, that gives us the ability that we can take the RSS feed from money site posts, RSS feed from the category, RSS feed for every single one of these posts as well, and we can put it through a new plugin that I'm getting created called WP RSSX. Okay, that works very, very similar to the old YouTube RSS Extreme plugin. Okay, if you get any alpha desktop tools, this is in your desktop tools, but we also have a plugin version. Okay, and we can use that for taking all the videos from these video posts and basically mashing them up and putting them through FeedBurner so that we get FeedBurner posts that look like this, and then we syndicate this FeedBurner RSS feed URL to RSS directories. Okay, so that's kind of what we covered so far. We also covered getting social signals, right? Okay, so the social signals, what we covered was viral content B. This is a site I really think is high value. It's $47 a month if you want to do it automated with RSS feeds, but I often get 1,000 visitors into my blog for every single blog post that I create. Okay, and because it's been shared by influencers as well, this gives my blog some instant authority. And JustRetweet.com is very, very similar. It's got influencers in there as well. It works kind of similar to viral content B. Okay, these two I always use. Okay, the other alternative is SendLab. I did have earlier today, I had OnlyWire. I changed over to SendLab after I did the sort of interview with Joshua earlier tonight. And SendLab is really, really cheap, sort of alternative to SendWire, and OnlyWire is costing $34 for just the front end offer, where you can get 2,000 posts per month, and you can automate that as well. Okay, if you take OTO2, it's got a WordPress plugin, we can automate every single post that's being created into the SendLab system. So you put in your own accounts there. Okay, there's a blog post on my blog if you want to learn more about that. Then the next thing we were talking about doing is IFTTT syndication. Now, until we get our IFTTT tool done, what I recommend is you go over to Fiverr.com, and this guy is quite cheap, $55, and he will create a syndication system like this. Now, if we put any RSS feed in here, that's what he's offering. He's got Tumblr in here in the image, but you can just tell him to put the video sites RSS feed in here, and that will give you this tiered linking system from IFTTT linking into your video sites, okay, which in turn is linking into your money site, and this will all work automated in the background, which is pretty cool. Okay, that's where we got up to so far. Right now, there was one plugin I wanted to talk about. This one here is called Social Warfare. Now, if I go over to my blog, you can see, let's see, wrong blog. If I open this up, you can see I've got these social signals, social sharing buttons here. Okay. Now, this is a lot more than what it looks like. I know it looks kind of cool and everything like that, but it's doing a lot more because what you can do, if you change your permalink structure at any point in the future, for example, I've got in here / for automated hands-free social signal strategies, rankings, traffic, you know, with these hyphens in between. Now, normally what I like to do is I like to cut this down. So I might just put in here AnthonyHayes.online / social signals SEO, for example. If I've got a lot of shares in here, as soon as I change that permalink, normally you will lose those social signals, okay? And what this can do is it can retrieve those social signals even though you changed your permalink. It can even do it from one site to another as well. So I got this one during the week, and I've kind of adding it into this new blog that we're creating. And if you change anything from HTTP to the sort of plural version of HTTPS, I can't say that word, okay, it will do the exact same thing. You can retain your social signals, which is really, really cool, okay, and you can use it in subdomains and stuff like that as well, okay. What else it does is it connects with Google Analytics, which is pretty powerful, so that we can get some real stats from Google Analytics, and also the tweet counts actually show for using this particular plugin. So I recommend getting that because it can do so much more that you might not know that you need right now, but maybe later with your money sites, you might decide, you know, I've had situations in the past where I thought I can't change the URL because I'm going to lose my social signals. This is a perfect solution for that, okay? And because it's tying in with Google Analytics and it's showing the tweets, Karen, that gives it even more value for me. So it's a really, really good tool. There's no affiliate link there, I don't think. Yes, there is. Sorry. It goes over to Envato, I think. Or you have to buy from Envato. And it's not even that expensive. It's pretty cool. Let's see how much it costs. Can't remember how much it cost. Let me just click on here. It wasn't expensive. $29. I've got it on one site. Okay, I've got that in one site. That's all I need it for. One-time cost, and that will take care of that. Anytime I want to go and change the permalinks. Now, what I can do as well is if or when I change over from my old AnthonyHayes.me blog, when I've changed all the content from there over to AnthonyHayes.online, I can take those social signals with me by using this plugin. It's perfect for that situation, okay, which is one of the reasons I wanted to get it. But apart from that, it's looking very, very good as far as the posts and stuff. This is the one that comes with the theme that I use. But, you know, if you look at this one, it looks a little bit more nicer. Okay. So I think we kind of caught up on everything. Has anybody got any questions about video sites that you want to ask? Daniel, yeah, you want a Google Doc link? No problem. I'll get that for you.
Tony, did you want me to quickly run through what I went through real quick? If you want me to do it in under 10 minutes, I think I could.
Yeah, you can do that. Let me just answer Paul Ash first, if you don't mind. Paul Ash,
yeah,
can I make RSS feed for a single YouTube video using the RSS Extreme plugin? Not with the RSS Extreme. You can make, it's going to create multiple variations of the YouTube URL, okay? When it gets into the step 2, it's going to create that into one mashed feed, which is basically for the one video. So that's the way that you can use it, but it's kind of multiple RSS feeds mashed into one. So you get the same result with a little bit more power, okay? Okay, Bridge is saying I explained in 15 minutes what I did in the last hour. Okay. Okay. I'll let you carry on, Avis. I'll change the presenter now.
Yeah. Okay, brilliant stuff. So I'm going to do this real quick. I don't want to act as well, I don't want to sound as if I'm rushing, but I do understand many of you guys have already seen it, and I do apologize about the timing and everything as well. With Tony, I wasn't aware. Okay, so can you just confirm you can see my screen, guys? I've got a PowerPoint presentation in front of me, and it says blog using WP video sites. Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much, Rich. Okay, so WP video sites, it creates a site within a site, which we already know. So this is our main WordPress site here, and this has got our fantastic content on there, everything that Anthony went through, whereby he took you through Shout Me Loud. That's the kind of content you want on your money site. And WP video site, think of it as curated content, or content that other people's content that you're using in an ethical way, because you're also linking back to them. They're making it freely available on YouTube, and you're embedding it in a way whereby they're allowing you to embed it using the embed code. And it allows you to get fresh content, send fresh signals for your main content. It allows you to get more internal links, diversify the internal links, rank for more keywords, create more doorway pages, and rank for pages and keywords that you wouldn't have otherwise ranked for. So I'm going to give you some best practices now real quick, just so that you can get the best kind of results from this. And I'm going to show you a number of ways that you can use this. Some of the techniques I've shared inside of the video tutorial tutorial section of WP video sites, and some techniques I haven't shared, and you're going to be hearing them for the first time on this call. So anyway, the first thing I want to talk about is anchor text diversity. With the WP video sites, it's very easy to go out there, create 10, 15, 20 posts, all linking back to your one WordPress site, or your one WordPress post, sorry. And you might be using various amounts of anchor text, really diversifying that anchor text and diluting your main exact keyword that you want to rank for example. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to send mixed signals, too many mixed signals, and the rule of thumb that I have is have about 2 or 3 anchor text pointing back to your main content. So for example, your exact match anchor text maybe times 2, and a partial match anchor text linking back to your content. And then when you want to create them extra links and then extra posts, then use your raw URL. So if ever in doubt, use your raw URL, because you're always going to be able to control the kind of signals that you're sending from the anchor text as well. So this was one area that I just wanted to quickly cover, and I believe I covered that inside of the tutorials as well. Now this area here, we don't actually cover it, and this is talking about stacking authority and content relevancy. So if you think about, for example, with your WP video sites posts, you're able to create them to link back to your WordPress posts, or you're able to create them so that they don't link back to anything. So they're just there to fit as filler content, basically. And what you can do with them is, with WP video sites, is you can create a number of posts that link internally between each other, and then have only one post linking back to your main WordPress post. And what this allows you to do is it allows you to control the content that's going to go on each post. It allows you to control the anchor text that's going to go on, that's going to be linking back to each post. And in turn, what you're able to do is you're able to siphon, you're able to control, and you're able to dilute and send content relevancy factors and the anchor text signal factors all over to the one video post that links back using your main anchor text to your post that wants to rank about Parrot training tips. So these are just related anchor text, related all around Parrot training tips, and you're using them to send over and stacking over the relevancy, and then sending it over to your main WordPress post. So this is strategic linking. It's really cool. You're able to stack topic relevancy and authority, and at the same time with WP video sites you can go out there and get links from social sites, so you're able to go ahead and get social links to all of these as well, and really send down the authority and the relevancy factors to your main post. Now this is a slide that we also share inside of the tutorials about whether you should use your own video or whether you should use your competitors' videos. There are some pros and there are some cons for both of them. So for example, when you're using other people's videos, the really cool thing about them is that you don't need to create them yourself. They're already using optimized titles, they've got good topics, they're engaging videos, and they're very easy to access. You just do a YouTube search and you've got content to put on your video blog. Now, when you're using your own videos, the problem with that, or sorry, the pros with using your own videos is when you're uploading them videos to YouTube, you're able to link back to your main content. So you always got a link back from your YouTube video. You're able to brand that video around your own company. You're able to control what the topics are. And at the same time, you're getting an embed for your own YouTube video from your own WordPress video site. The cons of using other people's video is that you're passing authority. So you're basically giving them a link from your video site to their YouTube video, and at the same time they could be promoting products that you're not happy with, and you know what, you might have to show them just for the sake of it because you haven't created a video around it yourself. And the cons of using your own videos obviously is you need to generate the videos and it can be time consuming. But just one quick tip that I want to mention to you as well, which I've mentioned previously as well, is that if you are embedding other people's videos onto your video blog, then don't be shy or don't be afraid to go over to that video inside of YouTube and leave a comment in that video and say, well, you know what, I liked your video so much that I actually embedded it on my WordPress blog or on my video site, and leave a link there, and they'll probably like it and they'll probably say, okay, you know what, it's not spam, let's keep it on there. And comments and links from the comment section in YouTube are actually do follow as well. Okay, so this is a section that I don't share. I call it video fusion. It is actually a grey hat technique. I don't do it myself. I'm just giving you this technique just so that you can see and understand exactly the kind of power and the kind of control and flexibility that you have when working with WP video sites. So in this technique, we're going to be using other people's content, but we're going to be merging that content with our own videos. Okay, so with WP video sites, you're able to get content from almost any YouTube video, and what you do is you simply let WP video sites pull in them content and the transcripts from the YouTube videos, and then you replace the ID of that video with your own YouTube video ID, and that allows you to have their content on your site, so you're able to rank with their content, but you're going to be showing your own video. So in theory, you're going to have optimized content for your own videos, and you can create and get plenty of views with that as well. So that's just real quickly what we shared. Yeah, Anthony, if you want to take it back over,
yeah, okay.
I think that's everything done.
All right, I think we've more or less covered everything that I had on these slides. So guys, if you've got any questions, you can ask. Abbas, you want to talk about the TND stuff, or?
Yeah, I think we should. Okay, I think what we can say is, you know, both me and Anthony, we're going to be looking to, or we are going to be bringing something totally incredible to the marketplace that hasn't been done before. It's going to consist of both me and Anthony and our tools, our trainings, and it's going to be an entire system. And let's just say, if you're an internet marketer or if you provide services, then you're going to have absolutely everything you need with just our one service, and it's something that you're going to, you know, want to really seriously consider. And when you see it, then you'll know why. Other than that, I don't think we should really say much. But it does consist of brand new tools and fantastic tools that we already have, and an entire system, you know. So I'm totally excited about it, and I think every time me and Anthony speak, you know, we always like bouncing ideas off each other. All the time, really.
We were on the Skype call the other day, and it went over 1 hour. Really, it seemed like really quickly. They were just sort of going through some stuff, talking about SEO and stuff like that. So basically, we will be combining a lot of the tools that we've got and new tools as well. But even more important is we're going to be doing a lot of training in there as well. Now, I touched on something just a few minutes ago that I was talking about doing seminars for local marketing. This is something that can make a lot of money, and it's something I do want to teach when we're actually in the TND membership, where I show you how exactly we did that. And I'm actually going to do that here in Thailand as well. I'm going to set that up for once a month to do these seminars. What we used to do was charge £500 per person, and we would set up a WordPress basic site for them. We would give them a fan page, we would do their YouTube channel or help them to do their YouTube channel, and they paid $500 for that. And you know, if you got 10 people, that's 5,000, and we charge £500 for that. If you got 10 people, you're making £5,000. Okay, if you're in the UK, we were in London at the time. If you got 20 people, you're making £10,000 for 1 day's work. You know, it's really easy, and we can have systems set up like we used to have, where we had actual WP clone sites that we could just instantly put into their domains, into the cPanels, etc., and we would give them, you know, fill in the blanks kind of template, which they would do. You know, for 1 hour of that seminar, we would let them do that part, and while they were doing that, we were creating fan pages and stuff for them, and you can make a lot of money doing that. So that kind of thing we will be teaching as well. It'll be money making stuff as well as the SEO stuff, which can be really powerful for you, so that you can get that base revenue, and that allows you then to go and experiment with the SEO stuff, because it's okay to do all this experimentation and, you know, jump on the latest greatest Google manipulation tactic, whatever it might be, but we've still got to make money. Otherwise, it becomes an expensive hobby. Okay, so one of the first things that I do want to cover when we're in that membership is making money very quickly, and that will be one of the things I will teach as well during the seminar system, so that you're not chasing clients, they're actually coming to you. And what we're doing is we're using Facebook advertising and YouTube advertising to get them in. Okay, could be very exciting. Okay, let's see, we've got some questions. Okay, some old familiar names in here. I see popping in again. Karen, hello. Karen Corey. Let's see. Dave is asking, these slides, they are in the training area for WP video sites, Abbas, yeah?
No, not the slides that I've just gone through now, but we do have video tutorials, and we have best practice videos there as well, and we have a very in-depth PDF guide as well. But the slides that I've just gone through now, I'm happy to pass them over to you so that you can make them available when you make the replay available.
Yeah, okay. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Richard asking how to access the training from within the WP Video Sites plugin.
Yeah, well, I've actually left an answer there. It's if you go over to wpvideosites.com/tutorials.html, you'll be able to see all the video tutorials or download the PDF guide at the same time.
Okay, and Karen's asking, WP Video Sites is auto posting. It's kind of semi-automated, Karen. I'll let you answer that one, Abbott.
Yeah, so with WP Video Sites, it works in exactly the same way that you'd be creating a normal post. So let's say, for example, you pulled in 15 posts. Now what you can do with these posts is set the plugin to publish all of them at once, or you can set it to schedule post them over a period of time. So what I like to personally do is fill up the blog first of all, so maybe add about 5 or 6 or 10 posts, and then drip feed content every 2 days, every 3 days in the categories. So it can be set to auto post, but you'll have to initially set that up first and pull in the post and basically, you know, make them how you want to before you schedule post them.
Okay, cool. Right, okay, so Richard, yeah, I think I got the time mixed up, the time difference mixed up with UK time, so my apologies for that, but the replay will be on the blog tomorrow, and you know, anything that we covered earlier, I did run through one more time. It's very, very basic stuff. It was telling you just basically, you know, strategies that we can use with money sites using WP Video Sites and some RSS stuff. And the social signals, and Abbas gave a demonstration of how we can use the WP Video Sites to create interlinking silos and link wheels, which will in turn link into your money post from just one video. Okay, Karen, the SyndLab plugin auto shares. If you got the WordPress plugin, Karen, yeah, you can set it to automatic. I haven't actually got it set up on my own site right now, but I did do an interview and a demo sort of video earlier tonight with Joshua, and he said, yeah, it can be automated from the WordPress plugin. So that's pretty cool. So if you're combining that with the video sites, then our WordPress sites just got very, very more, you know, more powerful in the last sort of week or so, just with these two tools. Okay. Amar, when will it be launched? I think you're talking about TND, Total Net Domination. That probably about a month from now. We need a little bit of time to prepare for that, but it will be something very, very special, and it will be really, really nice price as well. So you will save money long term on SEO tools if you come into that membership. Lucas, does SyndLab post to platforms that IFTT does not? At the moment, what they're doing is they're building out some of their own network sites as well, Lucas, and they're using a lot of the sort of similar kind of sites to OnlyWire and that you can find in IFTTT as well. Now, the way that I would use IFTTT is slightly different from what I would use for SyndLab, okay? I showed an example over here with this guy who's doing this kind of syndication. Now, what I recommend is if you're using this kind of syndication, that you use it to link into, or you take the RSS feed from your video sites and put it in here, and use the SyndLab from your money site post, so that your money site post is going to branded social accounts like your real Twitter account, your real Facebook account, etc. And we can use this tiered linking system for the video sites, which is just adding more power into the video sites. Also, if you do the 301 redirect with an expired domain into your video sites URL, then that makes it even more powerful again. Okay, so we're just stacking that authority again and again with that. Okay, so let's see what else we've got in here. Should we backlink to video site posts or money site posts, or both? You would do both, Lucas. If you do this IFTTT strategy, now we are rebuilding IFTTT backlink commando. He's working on it right now, and it's probably going to take about 3 weeks. And what will happen is we will have an upgrade version where you can do your own syndications, you can do your own sequences, and you can do your own tiered linking. Like you can see here with this diagram, you will be able to do that yourself, okay? But there's a little bit of work to get that completed. It will be completed in time for TND, so it's probably the best time to get it when we start the TND membership, because it will be in there and you'll be able to do this kind of thing automatic. So I would use this for the WP mini video sites. Okay, I would use this to link in, and plus the RSS stuff that I covered before. And for your money site post, what you need to do is you need to get, well, you can do your branded social links from your real Twitter accounts, your real Facebook accounts, etc. And then we want to go and get very, very high quality kind of links into your money site. If you can do it like that, where you're doing things like guest posting, where you're getting traffic and high quality links, if you're getting influencers to share your content, like I showed you for viral content being for just retweet, that will help as well. But what I will do over the next few days as I'm building out the new blog is I'm going to do a post on the very, very best tier 1 links that you can get. Okay, what's working, what's really working well now. But one of the main things that's working right now, I mean, a lot of the main things that's working right now is not about backlinks. We're talking about things like getting high click-through rates from the search engines. We're talking about reducing bounce time on your websites, increasing the dwell time on your websites, like high retention stuff happening with both video and your blog. All these kind of factors are really important now as well. In fact, I would say that's the #1 ranking factor right now, is the click-through rates coming from search engines and the amount of time people spend on your site. Okay, so I did mention earlier as well that we're going to give you the YouTube RSS Extreme plugin, and you can put it on your own site. Okay, what this will do, if once you got this on your own site, let me just grab the link in here. When you put it on your own site, you will have a public page in here. So if you've got an internet marketing blog, this will help you to reduce bounce time on your site, because people will interact with this by following a wizard, okay, and that will get them coming back into your site as well. So if you've got Google Analytics, it will tell Google, look, there's a lot of people coming back to this website. There's a lot of people staying on that website for quite, a little while, and this is one of the reasons I create these kind of tools specifically for that. Okay, ranking factors today in 2017 is not just backlinks. There's a whole bunch of other stuff that we can tap into. Interactivity is absolutely crucial as well. Social signals is crucial. If we can get those links from influencers or social shares from influencers, and they can drive 1,000 plus hits into your website, into every single blog post, then services like Viral Content B for $47 a month is an absolute bargain, because that's guaranteed traffic every time you post high quality content into your blog. So should you backlink your video site posts or your money site posts? Both, but you can automate the video site one if you're using the RSS stuff and you're using the IFTTT stuff. Abis, what about backlinking to video sites? What do you recommend there?
Yeah, I mean, you already got the social syndication side of it built into WP video sites itself anyway. But the way I look at backlinking personally myself, I always look at quality over quantity. I try my best not to have thousands and thousands of links pointed to my money site. I like to work with buffer sites. So I like to create mini social media accounts, and I like to have them with quality content, and then have one nice link coming from them accounts to my site, and really send over the links to those kind of accounts. And you can actually look at WP video sites in a way as a buffer site of on your own WordPress site as well. So you could use it to send loads of links to your video posts, and then have your video posts linking back to your money site, so that you can control the quality of the links as opposed to just the quantity, because quality is always going to favor quantity in the long run.
Yeah, it's basically, it is kind of like a buffer site, but it's internal linking, which is really, really cool. So if you've got that automation as well, then you're just making it more and more powerful. I do recommend doing the 301 redirect. In fact, I will do a video on that as soon as I can. I will get a really good domain and link into the video site's URL that I've got on my site. I'll put it on the blog as well, so people can see exactly how to do it. Okay. Video site's still available, Karen. Yes, it is. If you go to, let me see, I'm just going to my site. If you go to anthonyhayes.me, and I think it is, yeah, you scroll down, and then you can go in here, and I'll send you the link where you can get video sites. It's a very, very, very good tool. There we go. There's your link for that one. Okay, Richard will come back later to check the replay. Lucas, is it still best practice to have every WordPress site in separate hosting account? Why? Unless you're building a PBN, I don't think it's going to make much difference, Lucas, unless I'm misunderstanding the question. If you got you've got main sites in different niches, then I don't think it's going to matter. I've never seen anything adverse with putting multiple sites onto shared hosting, for example. We have a website called commandotriptools.com, and it still gets a lot of traffic every single month because we put some free SEO tools in there. What I did eventually was the links in the menu tabs from the top of Commando Trip Tools. I made them, instead of being in commandotriptools.com, go over to my main blog, and that traffic instantly redirected, and so did the rankings instantly get redirected as well. I didn't see any adverse effect from that at all. You get any thoughts on that, Abbas?
If you're talking about private blog networks and getting links, so for example, you've got your own private blog networks that are going to link back to your money site, then I think the question that we should all be asking ourselves is we should sit back first, have a look at our money site, have a look how many backlinks we got to our money site and how many IPs those backlinks are coming from. So if we've got 10 IPs that are giving us links and 7 of them are on the same IP, then it's sending out the wrong signals. So we do want to keep our WordPress sites on different IPs if we've got a blog network, but I always work with like the rule of 3. So I'm totally happy with having 3 sites on the same IP in my private blog network, as long as I've got a nice amount of links going back to my money site from diverse IPs. So if you've got a lot of IPs pointing back to your website, then you know what, you should be totally fine with a few private blog networks on the same domain, on the same IP. But if you've only got a few IPs, then you know what, you really do need to diversify them, and having them all from, like, you know, the majority of them from the same IP is going to be sending out signals that, you know what, you're trying to manipulate the search engines, you're trying to build your own private blog network, and you know what, you could be setting your site up to, if you did get them for manual review, then you could be setting your site up for penalization, so or for them links to be totally devalued. So yeah, you just have a look at your site first, and just use your own common sense really. How would you think if you saw your competitor and they had like 1,000 links but only from like about 4 IPs or something? You know, it doesn't seem right. You need to have a look and make everything balance, and so a mixture is always good. But if you can't always go for that, you know, one unique IP per WordPress blog, then like I said, you know what, you should be okay with a few blogs on the same IP. That's totally fine.
Yeah, as far as PBNs are concerned, yeah, you should be able to do that. What I do recommend, though, if you got, you know, a good money site that you're building up, that you're branding, and you plan to have it long term, you can make sort of mini sites around it. Like, you know, you could have an internet marketing blog, for example, and you could have a free SEO tool site, and you could have a video marketing services site, and you could have a SEO services site, and you could be linking into your money site from it. It won't do you much harm, you know, because these are different services. And you will see that car dealers do this quite a lot as well, where they've got their main sort of website, and they've got all these microsites around it for the different types of cars. They've got little microsites for each sort of manufacturer, for BMW, for Volkswagen, etc., etc. And that works really, really well for them, has done for years. And they're not using different IPs. I wouldn't imagine they are. And I've never found anything, you know, negative about that at all. As long as it's like real sites with real content, with a specific purpose, then it can work pretty well. Richard, when can I get my IFTTT backlink commando updated? Okay, we're going to rebrand it. It's going to be called Backlink Sync Alpha, and we're working on it right now. Okay, we are working on it for creating new accounts. We are working on it to fix the current version and put some new sequences in, because there's some websites that we cannot work with as far as the account creator is concerned. So that we need to go and change the sequences. So that will be done first. He's working on it now. I would estimate about 1 week, okay? He had a situation this week where his laptop had to go and get repaired. He wanted to go and buy another one, but he said to me, look, you know, there's a new laptop coming out in July that I really want to get. It's $3,000 to get that one. I want to wait for that one. I said, okay, then have 2 or 3 days off this week and come back fresh. So we had a little bit of delay for that, but he did need a little bit of a break as well, because he's got so many tools to maintain. So, you know, when he comes back, that's the first job he's got to do. So we will get that fixed first, and then we're going to be building another level on top of that IFTTT stuff, where you can create your own sequences. Okay, you can create tiered linking strategies and sequences like this guy is doing here. Okay, you will be able to automate all of this with that version. Okay, but that will have to be an upgrade because you know, it's a lot of coding time, and it's going to be a lot of maintenance as well. So it will need to be some kind of an upgrade. But you know, I will be fair. I know that the tool hasn't worked for a long time, mostly because the image captures, when they come out, we just did not have a solution for them. To capture eventually came up with a solution, but we tried various capture solving services, and for a long time we couldn't get anything working properly, and it affected all of our tools that have account creators. It wasn't by choice. It wasn't that we didn't care. We couldn't do anything. We were waiting for one of these capture solvers services to create a solution, which ToCapture is the only one that I'm aware of right now that has done that, and so that we can get these tools brought back. The IFTTT tool, the social bookmarking tool, those kind of tools will be coming back. Okay, they will be probably rebranded, new strategies input that, and we will just, you know, we'll be able to maintain them properly now that we've got over that problem with the image captures. But the success rate once those image captures came out was so low that, you know, it was just so frustrating that we could not do anything about it. Okay, it wasn't by choice in any way, shape or form. It was just, you know, our hands were tied. We couldn't do anything about it. So about a week to fix the current version, we will be changing the interface in that one, and we will put in new sequences for about 6 or 7 strategies. Then we're going to start working on the upgrade where you can create your own sequences, and that's going to be something very, very cool. With the upgrade as well, what we will do is we will be able to fill in all the profiles, and for the blog sites like Blogger and Tumblr, etc., we will even be able to go and create unique themes and fill in the full profiles and put images and stuff like that, as well as being able to create your own sequences. So it will be a very, very significantly major tool when it's done, and you'll be able to get it with the TND membership. I'm going to try and have it ready in time for the TND membership, okay, where you can get access to a whole bunch of other tools and training as well. Right. Is it worth paying for crowdsource? That's a great question, Lucas. Crowdsource is something I haven't used myself, that particular website. I do have an account with them. We do know that strategy works very, very well. The VidAttack Alpha tool that we've got does the same thing, but using proxies, etc. But crowdsourcing for getting high click-through rates, for getting retention views on videos, for getting people to spend time on your blog is a major, major ranking factor right now. It's probably the #1, next to the amount of referring domains linking into your sites as well, or linking into your content as well, which I've covered a little bit. The number of referring domains is hugely significant for SEO ranking factors today. So if you're...
Can I just...
Yeah, carry on. Go on.
Yeah, sorry, Anthony, I just wanted to quickly make one quick note on exactly what we were speaking about on Skype as well.
Yeah.
Just to let everyone know that we spoke about our own kind of tool that we could possibly develop based on having hundreds and thousands of unique ISP level IPs, clicking and searching Google for your websites and your keywords, going over, visiting your sites, staying on them, clicking into internal pages, and then leaving your sites. So if that's what crowdsource is all about, then I think me and Anthony is going to be having something inside of TND for this as well, which is going to be absolutely fantastic, because it's going to be, you know, another piece of the puzzle gone, and dusted. Is that what crowdsource is about, Anthony?
Yeah, I think what crowdsource.me is doing is kind of similar to what you had with the SocialSynth, where you had real people doing stuff. So it's kind of similar to that. But if we can do it with the proxies and stuff, then it's going to be like a web version of the VidAttack Alpha. And I think, yeah, let's go for it. If it can be done really nicely, if it can be done so that it works consistently well, then let's get it done, because that's a major ranking factor that we've got covered. So if you look
and the key is,
yeah,
sorry,
no,
I was just going to say the key, go for it, Anthony.
No, I was just going to say, like, if we go through those major ranking factors with the TND membership and the things that we can do, so we know that we've got PBN systems. Abus has actually got a PBN system that's never been released, and we got the Alpha networks, which, you know, we continue to work on and we continue to make better. And one, we're going to tie in with a service called Volta for Alpha networks, where you can do WordPress sites as well. They're on different servers around the world, but you need to have your own Volta account. But what they do is they provide VPS servers for $5 a month. So you can have a VPS server in Singapore, you can have one in Dallas, you can have one in Chicago, for example. And you can create a PBN network with multiple WordPress sites on each server. And each server costs you $5 a month, but it's giving you those unique IPs, which you can go and, you know, work within groups to be able to maximize that. Abus has got a PBN system as well, which she showed me the other day, which is absolutely fantastic. So both those systems will be in the TND membership, and if we can chalk off one by one all the major ranking factors with the TND membership, then, you know, that's going to be something really significant, because we know what's working now. All we need to do is we need to either automate it or semi-automate it, and make it easy for you guys to be able to use, to be able to take care of those major ranking factors every single time. Okay, I'll let you carry on, obviously.
I think that was about it. But yeah, with our private blog network system that we're going to have in TND, then yeah, it's totally unique. We've already had over 100 users using it for over a year. We had to stop it because it had so much requirements in the back end, but we're putting it all together for TND. You know, it was a massive vision that we had. We spent lots of time on it, and it was producing fantastic results as well. But there's a quick question here, Anthony, I just wanted to cover. It says, it's by Lucas. It's saying one money site per hosting account was recommended by Alex Becker. Reasoning was that if you ever get a site banned unfairly, Google could take out the other sites on the same hosting. Now, Alex Becker is absolutely fantastic with SEO. He does a lot of testing. You know what, he's probably giving you the most, you know, safest course of making sure that, you know what, you keep your money sites separate and keep them safe. But when you're talking about safe, then this is where I come back to what I mentioned a moment ago as well. It's not about quantity, it's about quality. It's not about how you're linking. You need to have a strategic way of linking as well. So when you're going to come into TND, we're going to be speaking about buffer sites. We're going to be speaking about how even your private blog networks that, you know what, we get told to point to our money sites. To be honest with you, I don't touch my money site with private blog networks. Private blog networks and expired domains have a history behind them. If you have a look at the Google's patent about the information retrieval on historical data, on what kind of anchor text was pointing to a domain, what the content's like now, is there a sudden expansion of, or a sudden, you know, rise in outbound links from this domain as well. So I don't dare touch my money sites with these private blog networks. I used to in the past, but there's various strategies and techniques that you can really keep your sites super duper safe. And you know what, you could probably get away with having multiple sites on the same IP, but you know what, if you want to be totally safe, then yeah, do take Alex Becker's advice, and do have one money site per IP, because that's going to keep you, you know, as safe as you can get server-side based. But then obviously you've got so many other footprints when you're registering your domain, the themes you're using, the kind of content and the sites you're linking to. So this is why it's very, very important that you're very strategic in the way that you do perform your interlinking, even though you might know about private blog networks and everything, but how everything comes together and, you know, how you bring up your money sites and keeping them safe at the same time. And this is something that we hope to cover, or we will be covering anyway, in TDN as well. So you're going to get absolutely everything. You're going to get the tools, you're going to get the training, and you're going to get me and, you know, Anthony working together side by side, bringing you, you know, the best of both of us. But yeah, when it does come to Alex Becker's advice, then you know what, he is correct. Keep your money sites one per IP if you can. That is going to be the safest and the best setup that you can get.
It really does come down to the quality of the content and you know how the interactivity and things is happening with that. If Alex is talking about if we're doing sort of grey hat or black hat or aggressive kind of backlinking, it makes perfect sense. My experience that I've got a hosting account with WPX just for my main blog. The other blogs I've got in various servers with Contabo, with Liquid Web, with HostGator as well. I've got some niche sites on HostGator as well. I don't tend to separate those. I just make sure that the content getting in there is good quality, and then you know I'm not that worried about it. But I'm more focused on the quality of the content on those sites than the grey hat things going into the sites. If you keep your tiered linking, your first your sort of first tier backlinking strategy to high quality backlinks, then you're going to be okay, in my opinion. But you know, if you want to be super safe, then yeah, of course, take Alex's advice, and you know that means creating different IPs or different hosting accounts for each one. And that's entirely up to you. It's really a decision you need to make for yourself. And I can tell you from my personal experience that you know I've got a bunch of servers doing different things for different sites, but often I'm using, you know, I've got multiple money sites on the one server, but it's never really occurred to me to be super safe because I'm not actually doing aggressive backlinking into the money sites. I've always got a very, very small tier 1 network around the money site, and everything else is happening. The aggressive stuff is happening on the sort of tier 2 going into the tier 1, so that I can, you know, very, very quickly fix anything if it goes wrong. If you look at some of the, if you look at the traffic redirect tool inside the alpha tools, we can 301 redirect any URL. So if you are creating a link into your blog, you can create, you can redirect that if you use the traffic redirect tool. All you're doing then is the traffic redirect tool will give you a unique URL with your destination URL there. Okay. All you need to do is go in and change your destination URL, so any aggressive backlinking can be fixed if you get penalized within 30 seconds. Okay, you just redirect it to google.com if you want to. Okay, right, let's see. So Lucas, yeah, crowdsourcing is good. It is very, very good. Doesn't, you know, that's something we really do need to take into it to get done. It's really powerful. Winifred, can we use this plugin on our existing PBNs, or would that leave footprints? I'll let you answer that one, Abbas.
Yeah, I mean, I'm using it on my own personal site. There's going to be lots of people using it on their own personal site as well. But if you've got a PBN with, like, say, 10 blogs and they've all got it on there, then you know what, that's a big no-no. You're not going to want a PBN with exactly the same theme. You're not going to want a PBN with exactly the same plugins. Sometimes, you know what, you're not going to want a PBN with exactly the same CRM system as well. So no, it isn't going to leave a footprint unless you're going to make it leave one. Yeah, that's the simple answer, really.
Okay. Peter, will prior purchases of Backlink Commander, IFTTT Backlink Commander, be upgraded free? We will give you some extra features, Peter, but there's some things that we need to charge for because we're going to have hundreds and hundreds of hours of coding time put in there. When we sold IFTTT Backlink Commander, I think it was $27 on that front end 3 years ago. So, you know, there has to be maintenance for the tool, so we do need to charge some extra for some extra features. It's going to cost us tens of thousands of pounds to create, and it's something we did ask in the Skype group. You know, it's something I did go and ask him and say, look, you know, I want to do this with the IFTTT tool. You know, this is going to cost us well into 5 figures to create this. Would you guys be willing to pay for an upgrade? Okay, and the majority said yeah. let's get it done, let's do this, because this could be a major tool. When you think about the coders' costs and stuff like that, which is, you know, not less than $50 an hour for a top quality coder, that's a lot of money going into that. So we need to be able to maintain the tools. If we cannot maintain the tools, then we've got a situation where the tools will eventually stop working and be no good to anybody. But we will give some extra features for the people that have purchased the IFTTT backlink commando previously, so that when we get that first part updated, we will add some additional stuff, like we'll fill in your profiles and stuff like that, so you can get some extra benefits from that. But when we come to the sequencing and the stuff that will be happening in the back-end server side, which is going to take a lot of resources, then we do have to charge some extra for that, just to cover the costs and the maintenance. Okay, but we'll be as fair as we possibly can. Okay. Right, so Lucas, if I only had $55 available, would it be best to spend on a guest post, expired domain, or IFTTT network? I would say the guest post, Lucas. If you can get a high quality guest post, that is a far better link to be able to get for multiple reasons. One is you can get one from a domain with authority that's already got traffic. Then you can take advantage of that traffic by being able to build an email list, grow your audience from retargeting. It's all going to be people visiting from unique IPs as well. They're going to be real people coming in. Guest posting is a fantastic thing to do. I did it a few years ago, and I never really picked up on it again afterwards, and I'm not even sure why. But I did 3 blog posts, 3 guest posts in the space of a week, using a system from Anne Smarty. I think it was called myguestblog.com or myblogguest.com, something like that. I got 3 posts accepted from people with high traffic blogs. Within, I think, that week, we had something like 10,000 visitors come into my site. But I was a little bit naive then, because I hadn't set up anything for the marketing elements. I didn't have retargeting pixels. I didn't have opt-in forms. I didn't have any calls to action. So you want to get your marketing elements there first, but guest posting is going to be far more valuable. And, you know, to do an expired domain, you can get them really cheaply. It doesn't have to cost a lot of money to get good quality expired domains. You can get them more or less at cost price. If you use setdrive.com, okay, they can do runs for, let me just open SetDrive actually, and I'll show you for those who haven't seen this one, because we covered it recently in a few of my webinars for Traffic Scout Alpha, but a lot of people might not have seen this. So let me just go into my crawls in here, and it costs $12 to do a crawl with them. Okay, and what I can do is I can go and look at the last one that we did, and you can see it found 271 domains. This only cost me $12. Okay, so if I click on view the domains, give it a second to load, and I'll make it 100, and you can see it's sorted up here by Trustful. So if you can get, you know, this one is business blog, this blog musclesion.com. It's got a trust flow 29, citation flow of 19. It's got 7 referring domains to 131 backlinks. Now that's not a bad sort of ratio, referring domains to backlinks, but you can go and find better. You can see this one here. He's got 29 backlinks from 19 referring domains. That's probably a better fit for the kind of thing I want to do with the referring domain numbers. If you, the higher or the closer the ratio is for the number of referring domains to the number of backlinks, the better it's going to be. But you can see in here that, you know, for $12, I've got all these different domains in here that I can go and purchase on Namecheap.com for $10 or whatever it costs for a .com. I think it's $10.69 or something when I bought a few during the week. And you can get some good domains in here. But even if you're getting from sites like SetDrive where they have done some filtering, go and check in Ahrefs or SEMrush and go and check the backlink profile a little bit. Look out for keywords that might be, you know, sort of spammy kind of keywords. Look out for any sort of sign of SEO activity from, you know, black hat SEOs, grey hat SEOs, because they might be doing stuff or have been doing stuff in the past that will not be good to be able to, you know, get the best out of these domains. But you can get some basic information just by clicking on the little button in here, and you can see the different types of domains it's linking in. So this one is obviously about auto dealers. This is a car sort of dealer website, and we can just go through them one by one, but I always look for the ratio first. Okay, how many referring domains to the number of backlinks? If you want to go for the high volume backlinks, what I showed on a webinar the other day was, in here it says, you know, 3,706 backlinks for this particular website. When I checked it in Ahrefs, it was giving me a different figure. When I checked it in Moz, it was giving me a different figure again. Okay, so do go and check between the different SEO metric services for the different site explorers that's out there, and see if you can confirm that. But even these kind of sites that's got the high volume backlinks, I wouldn't totally discount them. We can use these for creating video sharing sites if you're using Alpha Networks, or you can use them for creating social bookmark sites if you're using Alpha Networks as well, where this number of referring domains might just rise, you know, naturally itself over time. Okay, so I hope that answers your question, but I would definitely go for the guest post in that situation. And the other thing you could do is a high quality press release. Okay, $55 would get you a high quality press release. So if you can get a press release on somewhere like Black Hat World advertised in the marketplace, Black Hat Forum advertised in the marketplace, where you can get like press cable kind of syndication or press advantage kind of press release syndication, that will instantly boost the number of referring domains. That's the quickest and easiest way to boost the number of referring domains. That's a very powerful thing to do as well. Okay. You want to say anything, Abbas, about that particular point?
No, I think you covered it perfectly, Anthony. Totally right. You know what? If you can get a brilliant relative link back from a guest post, that's going to work wonders for you. Quality link and, you know, quality traffic.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. Okay, guys, so I think we're kind of done now. So unless you got any other questions, I think we can probably end this, and I'll get the replay up as soon as I can, probably tomorrow morning your time, if you're in America or in UK. For me, it's 5 o'clock in the morning here. Now I'm awake. When we started the webinar, I was still half asleep. now I'm awake. I'm ready to go. So anybody want to around? Let's go. Okay. Okay, guys. So thanks for attending. I'm sorry for the mix-up with the time. We need to make sure that when we're doing the TND stuff, that I know exactly what time that we're getting started, etc., so that I don't confuse things, I don't mix things up. Another thing is I'm back into Facebook over the past few days. John Curry has left the team. He's going to pursue his own things, and good luck to John. So I'm back into the Facebook groups, etc. I haven't been in there today. I've just been so busy today. And yesterday I actually took half a day off just to get a break. But you will see a lot more activity in the Alpha SEO Facebook group. Stephen Henby is now an administrator there as well. He's come into the team to help us with some webinar stuff and to help with some training as well. And Stephen's he's got a good diversity about the stuff that he's doing as well. He does a lot with paid traffic and things like that as well. So I'm quite happy to have Stephen there, and he will be doing some admin stuff in the Facebook groups as well. But I will be back in Facebook, and you will see a lot more replies and commenting and posting in the Facebook group from myself. Okay. Group URL, good question. Let me just go and get it for you. I avoided Facebook for probably close to 2 years. I just found that I wasn't getting a lot of work done when I was in there. But I guess it's important for people. I'll just go in here, groups, and I'll get the link. Alpha SEO. There we go. So here's the link for the group. Okay, you can go in there. And you know, I'm not going to be in there all day every day, but I will pop in once or twice a day if I can, and you know, just make sure people's questions are being answered and stuff like that. We also have a Skype group. I'm far more active in the Skype group. I'll give you the link for that one because, you know, I do go in there every day and I've always got Skype open. I find that I can still do my work when I'm in Skype, even when there's a group, okay? So I'm going to put into the chat box the Skype group as well. Now, when we do the TND, we will have a Facebook group, we will have a forum, and we will have a Skype group as well, probably. We've still got to decide on that, but I would imagine that we will have multiple places where you can, you know, get some links to webinar replays and training, and you know, discuss some of the training stuff and you know, upcoming tools or whatever it might be, that you can come and discuss that kind of stuff as well. All right, any more questions? Anybody? Okay, I think we can finish up there. Guys, thanks for attending. Abbas, thank you very much for popping in there. I really appreciate it. And I'll let you say some final words if you want.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Anthony, for having me, and everyone else. Thank you all for attending as well. And if you have any questions with WP video sites, and obviously we're always available at support@abbasravji.com. And you can fire your questions at us. I'm going to pass the slides over to Anthony as well, so when he does make the replay available, then you can be able to download the slides as well. Other than that, I hope you have a very nice evening and night, day, wherever you are.
Okay, super. All right, guys, and for the people who purchase WP video sites, I'm going to give you the YouTube RSS plugin. Give me 24 hours or 48 hours to do that, because I did ask them to do some tweaks and to do some updates, and we need to put licensing on it. So what will happen is we will connect with you. What we will do actually, I need to backtrack there because I'm thinking there's JVs. It was actually Warrior Plus that was sold from. In your warriorplus.com, I think you go to warriorplus.com/buy/history. Then you can go and access the purchase for WP video sites. Give me 48 hours and we will put the link in there for the plugin. When you get the plugin, what you can do is you can send a ticket into to support@anthonyhayes.me and tell them, just put in the subject line, WP video sites license, okay? And we will get the license created for you. Everybody individually. It has to be done like that, but you do need to have a licensed version of it so that it doesn't get sort of shared. And you don't want to share it, guys, because this plugin can bring a lot of traffic into your websites, okay? But you can use it for your own personal use as well, which is pretty cool. So I will put that in there within 48 hours when my coder has it updated, okay? Super. All right, Abbas, thank you very much, mate. And guys, I'll see you soon. Thanks.
Good night.